Welcome back, and let's continue. We, leading up to the stream, just had some pretty severe audio issues once every few minutes that unfortunately wrecked most of our first run through the Gathering of the Beast Council. But hopefully, after a full reset, some of that has been sorted out, and we'll just continue where we left off. So far in the previous session, we managed to clear 2 of the bonus challenges, one for the Ring Mouth and one for Blizzard Ice, and then we also got most of the achievements in this sort of semi-boss rush that we've seen so far, just missing the one for beating Coraline without getting hit. So let's try to do a more stable run through this, so we'll just run through the whole stage again anyway, since we have to, and perhaps we'll get a better recording this time with a fuller appreciation of the excellent music track. This time without it blinking out every few minutes. Let's actually lock onto this guy for once. I'd forgotten that he was even here, to be honest. So a little bit of a charge up time on the targeting lock for Space Ranger, which was what we were using for Coraline previously, but we'll perhaps do something with less of a charging time for our next attempt on her. Let's go for Time Crash. Time Crash is going to trivialize Goramundo, so no reason not to. Whoops. Bad idea there, but that's okay. We've got it settled. And yeah, we'll heal up, we'll Time Crash away through Goramundo, and that'll be just a pretty quick kill, I'm sure. It would be nice if he decided to come down so I could hit him. Oops. Okay, so I flubbed that actually because I activated Time Crash when he was halfway in the air. It couldn't actually hit him, so I guess we'll actually have to do the fight for once for the first time in quite a while. Okay. The crouch dodge was actually useful here. And that's going to be a quick dispatch. And despite the Time Crash disaster at the very start. Yeah, because Time Crash should usually kill him really quickly. Not just in one go. We did do it that successfully, but anyway, the driving segment was fairly straightforward. Not really anything to worry about. I don't think we were anywhere near the time limit. Whoops. But kind of jinxed it. I mean, we had such an excellent run when the stream was glitching out, and now, of course, we're not doing quite so well. And we're not going to match the coin count of the last time through this stage anyway. There's no expectation that will. And okay, there we go. And what did we do? Oh yes, this is going to be Silly Dillo. Silly Dillo, I know Drill is actually best. Or rather, Drill is what we had the most successful run with. Not quite as much damage output, perhaps, but compared to the Cutter, but it does solve so many problems when it comes to avoiding him, I was about to say, before we failed to avoid him. Okay. Okay, let's just do the dodge the standard way instead, so we don't mess around too much. Yeah. Cutter dispatches him really quickly, but we'll just do the Quake stun instead, and that's going to be a quick fight all the same. So yeah, first run through this, we went Time Crash on Goromondo, Cutter on Silly Dillo, who I did not really expect, given that this was my first time through and I didn't know what the boss order would be. For Claroline, we know we're able to get the Deep Sleep buff, and last time I went Ranger, and that seems to work, it's just that we had too many cycles where I didn't guard against her properly, so... Might actually be better to get some kind of melee range ability going on her instead, so we'll keep that in mind. I don't want to spend too long deciding, given that we will want to... whoops, where is Sleep? Oh, we didn't get access to Sleep this time. I did last time. I don't know if I had to activate something in particular in order to make that happen. Yeah, because we had Sleep here, and I guess that's been expended, so... Let's maybe switch to Cutter instead. Although Ranger is able to get her from a distant phase, and so... Ranger may still be better, but Cutter allows me to dodge and then hit really quickly. Ranger has a bit of a charge-up time that I don't want to deal with. In fact, something like Tornado that allows me to move quickly might be better. But as long as I can get quickly into a guard, I think we should think about optimizing for damage output instead. Oh no, I do take a bit of chip damage from that, so we can't just do a stationary guard into the sword. So let's just take a death here then. We shouldn't bother doing this if I've lost the achievement already. So we need to get the no-hit going, but I can't really do anything other than just take damage on her, so we'll just do that. And then probably just take the 100 coin loss from there, unless we just wanted to restart a whole stage, of course, which is not really too much of a problem. That's the issue, I think, with some of these no-hit achievements that are buried really deep into the level. There isn't a very convenient way to reset them other than just taking damage and letting the attempt go to waste, so... Unless there is a restart from checkpoint option, I didn't think there was, and there is not. So yeah, we cannot just tank the sword hits, so given that we can't just tank the sword hits, the best option here... 14 Domino, welcome! Hope Woogles is going well. Yeah, we're pretty deep into this game at this point, and it's been going very well. Woogles, or should I say Waffles? Shall we go Space Ranger? No, we tried that once already. I think I want to go Tornado, actually. Not that we've upgraded yet to the Storm Tornado. Waffles was controversial. Waffles usually are. Okay, we're trying to get this fight done with no hits, and so I do unfortunately have to soak this attempt once again. And yeah, Kirby's adorable. Kirby's costumes in this game are phenomenal. Lots of new material. But yeah, I am just throwing this attempt so we can try it afresh. Since this is fairly deep into the level, and I'm not just going to do a quick restart into it, so... We're able to grab these swords as we go as well. Not that Meta Knight Sword will give us the range to do much useful. And yeah, a lot of these abilities, including the ones that return from earlier games, have been adapted in a very successful way to a 3D plane. They've really rethought how to implement a lot of these in a way that would make sense with the range of movement that we have here, so it's really been quite a pleasure to see. Maybe we should just go Space Ranger, I don't know about that. Ice might be good. I don't really like this selection that we have here, unfortunately, but we are locked to this area, so Thank you so much for the follow. I should really get back to streaming more Woogles, to be honest. Given that it's been a while since we've really done it. Tornado, I would dodge and get into it. No, this is not going to have the damage output I need. I think let's just go with Ranger and stick with it. Homing Bomb might be good here as well, but we'll... Okay, yeah, the dodge is probably the best way to do this. Oh, no, once again, taking the hit. This is going to be tricky. There's just a little bit too much of a lag time on a sword dodge. Everything else, I believe I can just guard through it, but... Like, here, we can just dodge that attack. We might as well practice some of the pattern here before I just lose the attempt, since we really need to get this straightened out. Yeah. And then we can do a couple of the counters as well. Let's see here. It's not going to be very clean. It's this phase that I'm most worried about. So let's see. The swords, I think I just outrun. That's all I do. I don't need to do the dodge. I just outrun it completely. And that's probably going to be a cleaner way to do it. If we can practice that cycle one more time, that would be ideal. But yeah, I was streaming a lot more Woogles when my clubs that I played with were kind of completely pandemic locked. That hasn't been the case lately, with a lot of in-person play returning, and so it's mainly just finding a conjunction of when I can stream and when my opponents can play, and that's really been the main inhibiting factor here. Anyway, let's just take the hits and restart this attempt. So we will go Ranger, I think, and so we'll know to outrun the initial sword throw instead of attempting to dodge out of it. Poor cute Kirby, yeah. Look at his space helmet, isn't it just wonderful? But yeah, the Ranger ability is completely new. Many of the other ones are variants of the classic Kirby ability set. Okay. So yeah, we just run it. And then we just try to dodge. I don't think I took any chip damage here, so... And then we can kind of do a counter attack like that. Look at that. Huge damage off of this. And it's got a good stun lock on it too. So, whoops, I took a hit. That's okay. We understand the pattern. I just need to get out of the stun lock properly, and we'll try to do the same thing. Yeah. It's too bad there's no graceful way to reset this. But this is really only the second time in a game that we've had a situation like this where I wanted to just keep intentionally failing fairly deep into a level. We had that with the bridge fights near the end of World 4. But anyway, we'll just get slapped by the cat and try it again. Not too concerned about the cache here, given that we're sitting on a fairly pretty pile. Yeah, homing bomb again might be good, but I feel like we should go with what works. Okay. And then, okay. Yeah, the health bar isn't showing, so I kind of know, I think, that I'm still in good shape. And then, nope, I'm not in good shape. Okay. Kind of hesitated there as to whether I should do the dodge or the run, and a moment of indecision was enough to make this a failure. We were fairly close, though. She goes down really quickly to the Space Ranger stun lock that comes from the dodge counter. And so we'll just try this again. Okay. Let's go. Just a lot of minor issues to sort out. We'll try to get the charge attack right away. Nope. Oh, I was a little slow getting out of that. Let's see. Yeah, no, that was the issue, was that I charged for a little bit too long and I had a bit of a slow walk when I intended to run away. And that's okay, we'll just reset this quickly. And try again. This is also what happens when I don't learn this fight properly, since this is a repeat of the fight that we saw in World 3, except over there I just kind of cheesed my way through it really quickly. And at B minutes, yeah, Kirby is certainly barfing up rainbows over here. That's quite accurate. If you're just joining us B minutes, we are trying to get a no damage achievement on this fight over here. It's fairly deep in the level, which is why I'm just throwing the attempt so I'm not getting it. Okay, there we go. Stun lock right there. You know what? We almost have her. That was really quick, actually. We did see originally from the record board that even on a standard Claroline fight earlier in the game, that at that time it was some kind of unknown ability that managed to get her down in a number of seconds. And I believe that actually was Space Ranger, although we hadn't unlocked Space Ranger at the time, so... Yeah, that was just the last thing we needed there. I completed this level about half an hour ago, but then we had a stream that I had to shut down and completely reset because of just how bad the technical problems were on my side. But after a full system reset, it looks like we're in much better shape so far. Because previously the audio was just glitching out every few minutes, and that was not pleasant. Every B minutes for some value of B. Oh. Anyway, when we're done pretending to be a roller coaster, we will get out of here. We previously saw all of what we needed with the Waddle Dees, so this is just coins now, and we'll continue. This should perhaps unlock some additional challenge, but we'll see if that's the case, since we are rapidly approaching the end of this world, if not the end of the main story sequence. This is our first Wild Edge in Volume 2. And we've got some of those mall signs already, so... We haven't really played around with the collectible figurines yet. There is a gotcha machine, a whole series of them in the town that allow you to roll for the missing trophies, but I have not really bothered with that. Did we unlock anything additional? Yes, we did. Space Ranger treasure, and there should be a second one that has opened up for me somewhere here. Let's take a look. Because it usually opens up 2 at a time, but sometimes you do need to uncover one through searching. And maybe they are also locked in order. So Space Ranger over here. We knew there was some additional area here as well that isn't relevant yet, but may be relevant at some point. So I don't know if we'll need to kind of pixel hunt the remaining one, or if it's available already. Let's take a look, in fact. Treasure Road list, 8 out of 9. Okay, so this is the only one available so far, and perhaps we have to complete Space Ranger first. Either that, or because there's an additional stage before the boss in this level. Yeah, you just unlock one after this stage and one after this stage, Beast Pack's Final Stand. So yeah, it looks like we are barreling towards the finale, but not before we shoot some targets. At a target time of 1 minute 20. Okay. And then, yeah, we should be thinking about having a huge ranged shot with the Space Ranger power, just charging up and... Nope. To meet the time benchmark, we probably will need to get all of them at once, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Yeah, gonna get rid of that guy just to not deal with him. Whoa. Hang on. Yeah, the positioning here can be a little bit awkward. There we go. 107 on the clock. This is not going to be enough. But this is a bit of a learning run, so let's not fret too much about that. Hang on. Let's slide forward to get the charge. And yeah, we need to account for the fire blocking everything as well, so... Hang on. Yeah, 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to be way behind the benchmark this time, but... Let's just see how far off I am. I believe 120 was the requirement for this. That looked very much like the final room, though, so... apart from having to clear these guys at the end, which will pad this out by about 5 to 10 seconds, so lots of room for improvements. Yeah, target time 120. I believe we started with 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go through it again. Okay. Yeah, tier 2 charge is probably going to be fine over here. Whoops. Nope. Nope. That's okay, at least we're standing in the right place as we get out of here with 132 on the clock. Okay, so we'll try to stay on the top of the track. There we go, 120. If we do this last portion cleaner, whoops. What did I say about doing it cleanly? We should be able to do reasonably here. Some single shots to get the ranger enemies out of the way will be a big help, and we're actually going to get reasonably close, I think. Reasonably close. It's going to be a little late. We have to get to the end within 9 seconds, which I don't think we'll be able to do, given just how much there is at the end to deal with. Yeah, 3 seconds to get to the end now. Let's... We're going to miss the benchmark, but just barely, so it looks pretty doable now, given the improvements I was making. We just flubbed a few things in the second room and the final room. But the timer is actually going to be fairly generous. So let's give it another look. Okay. Nope. Let's get 151 coming out of this one. We made a mistake, but probably not an unrecoverable one. Now let's... Oh, nope. Too high. Nope. Let's not bet on this attempt. Let's just start over after all this messes. Yeah, one additional charge in that one is probably just going to solve that problem completely. Instead of just trying to Optimize that with a second level charge. Nope. 138 on this. Yeah, we'll just skip right over that. Okay, good. 124. Whoops. Yeah, some of the single shots here are going to get rid of those guys. Good. I keep forgetting about the little rocket boost on a Space Ranger suit when you kind of follow up a shot in the air. It's going to be a little better, but not perfect. 7, yeah. Okay, we will make it, just barely. Okay, nothing new is going to unlock yet. We may have maybe a 10th challenge level after the Beast Pack's final stand, but let's see just how final this will be, given that we have this, we have a boss, and we probably have a true final boss ahead of that. Clear the stage, save Ds. We can do that. How bad could it be? And they've really carved out a pit for themselves here. Oh, let's stand on this. That's going to encourage me to go down, but let's check a few places regardless. And sure, we'll eat that. You know, it's rather ominous when the music hasn't really kicked in yet, that there's going to be some big fight ahead. Anyway. So that's going to open up, and there's going to be some kind of a big group fight ahead. Let's just pelt these guys with Space Ranger. That seems to be the optimal way to play it. And pelt all of these guys from a distance before we even have to deal with them. Don't know if anybody else... yeah, okay, that's a fairly simple achievement right there. Yeah, I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to spawn here, but apparently not. We have some copy abilities available up ahead, I believe. And we won't take them, we'll just do everything at long range, because that is working out so far. Okay, wanted poster, we'll of course take those out. And there will be 5 of them. Before we do that, let's wrap around and see if there's anything behind. Nope. Okay, let's try to make it through this one unscathed. Never mind that. There might be some kind of achievement for doing so, but until we have a better sense of what we're doing, let's just come up here and take these guys out. Grab D number 1. Oops. Okay. We should have stood back for that, but that's okay. We're just going to take tons of damage instead. That seems to work out just fine anyhow. Don't know if there was anything else down there, but we're not going to find out. We're going to take this guy before he hops on us. Anything else to see? Nope. Camera is just going to rotate. And we'll proceed. Oh, there's a big guy. Oh, it's the Crocum. Okay. Crocum, we actually need a water balloon to hit, I believe. Until we figure that out, we'll have a bit of an issue. So, wet floor sign, yeah, that's important to know because it means a water balloon is probably ahead. Notice the Waddle Dee that's above him. I wanted to figure out how to get that. I actually kind of wonder if Ranger is able to hit, but nope. I clearly need to get rid of him. But we don't really have the means to do so until we find a water source and probably take it back here. This is promising. Maybe. Whoops. And then we're going to lose Space Ranger. Okay. Not good news. Whoops. And that's okay. Whoops. That's not as okay as I thought. That's just unlocking coins for me for the time being. We'll eventually find some way to double back, I'm sure. Yeah, here's water balloon. So we now know what to do. We need to take water balloon and we'll just take everybody out. There is going to be a limited supply of water for this. And yeah, camera is just going to spin around and make it abundantly clear what it is we're going to be doing here. Not that there was any doubt. Once again, don't want to be expending too much water in the little bit of Super Mario Sunshine that we're engaging in over here. Okay, that's looking fine. And then, oh, we get to refresh this, which is great. And having done so, we will, first of all, knock these guys out because they're a nuisance. And crack that open for D number 2. Notice the wanted poster over here. And the fact that we're also doubling back. So far, the posters are keeping pace with the Waddle Dees, and so I don't believe we've missed anything. But we'll see once we pick up the juicer here. A little soda dispenser. Can I hit the sign? Probably to no avail. I don't know if there's anything else that I can do first before we grab this. Always worth checking, of course. But I don't believe so. Okay. Well, it looks like this area is a bit of a variety show for a lot of the mouthful mode powers. Take out the pillar on the left side, and that's going to allow me to hit that switch for what purpose? For a shield. Whoops. Valuable life lesson there. Don't dug your soda dispenser in the lava. Seems like that might not be safe. And we'll see if we're missing anything here. Just looking around very carefully to see if we've perhaps failed to hit something. Yeah, just a modest little bonus here, and then we'll continue. Oh, stairs mouth. Yeah, of course we'll take that. And stairs, I believe we'll just take it across to the left, and that's going to be the whole achievement right there. Although, the thing about the mouthful of juice here, let's see, can we step above? No, we can't. And the stairs are fairly confined to this area as well. Also notice that there's the locker that's up ahead to the right. We'll knock that down soon enough. And then let's try to climb this. Probably get to Needle as soon as this guy decides to leave me alone. That tornado's good too, actually. I mean, tornado is usually fantastic. But seeing as how I haven't gone back to town to unlock the storm tornado yet, maybe we will just forgo that for the moment. And we'll see what we can do here. Oh, Ranger is there, okay. Lots of choice of powers, in fact. Ice might be very good for this simply because ice does allow you to swim over, rather skate over the lava. Skate, of course, not swim. Very important difference. I think that might actually be the required path. So let's see if there's anything else we're missing here. And if either of them refresh, because that's sometimes a tell as to whether there is some kind of secret that is linked to a specific copy ability. Notice the wanted poster over here. How shall I get it? We'll just knock that down and continue. Okay. One additional Waddle Dee over top of this guy. Well, let's find out what this is. Oh, it's one of the alligators here that we never actually figured out what to do with when we saw them originally. I think I just dodged them. It is going to be a traffic cone segment, so what's going to happen is we're going to pick up the traffic cone somewhere, we're going to break this, it's going to basically break open the reservoir. That's what I expect at this stage. We'll grab some health replenishment in the meantime and try not to die to anything too silly. Tornado actually would have been extremely useful here because Tornado just allows you to sail from one platform to the next without having to spend too much time afloat. But Needle does allow me to control some space here at melee range. It is going to be ring mouth to get us over. That's kind of expected in a water segment like this. Let's scan around carefully though. This looks like a poster, so we'll take it. I don't believe we're missing anything else, but let's be sure. So yeah, no, we're not going to break it with traffic cone after all. We're going to break it with ring mouth. And yeah, the boat can actually knock these guys out, which we should do in case there's any kind of reward or incentive for massacring their species. At minimum, we'll need to take out the one that's back here. And that's going to pop me up to number 4. And yeah, no way to keep ring mouth coming out of that, I think, so just continue this way and okay, crash. We want to take crash because it'll give me time crash. And time crash against group fights, if we see one, is amazing. So okay, let's see what we can do with time crash here. Will there be some kind of mass fight? I certainly hope so. But it looks like we'll have some kind of glider segment first, which is unexpected, but we'll try to make that work without spending the crash ahead of time. Now, what is this? Can we go left? No, we can't. Looks like we just need to continue here. No, this is just where we came from previously. Okay, okay. I don't know why. That looks so unfamiliar. Probably because we did pop this open, right? And what did I even do here? There's no way to continue, as far as I can tell. Possible you can pop this open, but not with my current ability, I don't think so. So let's just continue. That spot does look a little bit suspicious, but I think we've checked what we wanted at this point in time, so... we'll just have to take the glider and go. Unless there's anything else to check. Okay, time crash. This is your hour. We're just gonna run into everybody. Maybe should have considered keeping sword or something, but no, we're just going to bust everything down in one go. Is there some kind of special achievement for that? No, it doesn't seem so. That's okay. It did simplify things. And we'll see, we're looking for one Waddle Dee as well as one glider, not one glider, rather one wanted poster. And, yeah, we'll open some of that up as we see it. Basically a Star Fox segment, if you think about it. Which is yet another way in which this game has strongly reminded me of Bayonetta, which also has its fair share of Star Foxing. I missed one. There probably is some kind of objective for doing it all cleanly in one go. But, oh yeah, there's something to the left. Yeah, we'll have to redo this. Well, let's scout ahead and see this whole segment first. And it will give me a reset at the end, which we will take. Even though the last of the Waddle Dee seems to be fairly trivial here. I think it's probably worthwhile to try to do a no-hit run through that before we get to the traffic cone fight up ahead. And it's quite obviously going to be the cone, given that that's the only recourse that we have against the building turtle. I don't remember what its formal name is. It had some kind of clever punny name, I just can't recall it. So yeah, we're missing poster number 5, and that's really the only thing. If we do miss poster number 5, we do need to recall how to get them all for some future run, in which all of them have to be done at once. All of them have to be collected together, so let's go here instead. That's going to collect this item. Okay. I'm just going to try to hit everything cleanly. I don't think the glider section is going to go much better than that, so we should just keep it as is. And yeah, we don't need to retry, but let's try to slide in some boxes here and see if we get anything other than coffee and cakes and popcorn. Anyway, closing in on some kind of finale here. Let's grab drill. That's going to be useful. Notice this little thing here, that is breakable with a cone when we get to it. Some of these surfaces are definitely not drillable, and we should keep that in mind. Wanted poster, we'll grab it. If I can, I don't actually know. My current power allows me to do so. We might be able to do so, and yes. Let's go for the cone. And we'll loot everything we can off of that guy. Before proceeding back around to the other side, let's just dodge what we can as we go. We've had some practice with Cone Mouth after the challenge segment in the previous level, but previous world, perhaps. Or maybe it was earlier in this world, I actually can't recall. There probably was something for capturing all coins there, but we won't see it. At least not unless I'm required to for some purpose. Anyway, this looks suspicious, this whole area. We are actually not allowed to spit the cone mouth in this section. Which is curious, this is the first time I've seen that kind of restriction. So let's see what we were missing. Don't fall into lava while using cone mouth. Okay, we were actually able to do that, so. Yeah, okay, I guess that's why it keeps cone mouth on all the way to the end. It's just, you would fail that if you decided to experiment a bit and try to jump off the final platform as you go for that cage. But that was a good clean run, we'll take that. Don't know if we would have missed something like an upgrade scroll, but I believe we're closing in on a boss level after this, so let's see how we do. It should unlock one more challenge or not. Let's see. We only require 32 total to unlock that, which kind of goes to show just how quickly you can whip through this game if you just decide to do it straight. In the presence of the king, that looks like it's going to be some kind of evolved form of DDD. It's clearly DDD, but with some kind of twist. Sure. But first, 2 more challenges. It's going to be multi-mouth, which is going to be some kind of sequence. Storm Tornado, we will have to go back to town and unlock. So let's do multi-mouth first. Kirby, the Master of Mouthfuls. 2:45 time on this. It looks like it's going to be quite elaborate. Let's try it. And we'll go back to town for Storm Tornado. So we want 1 minute left in the clock at the end. Oops. No, we need to be a lot more accurate here. Depth perception can be a little bit difficult. As is this whole chaining of the cone mouth over here, that did not go well. The trick to these guys is to get way up close. We discovered that previously. Looks like we're going to be switching to something like the juice box over here. Indeed we are. Nice thing about juice is that, whoops. Yeah, we're going to die, but nice thing about the juice is that it does give you a couple of healing items to pick up afterwards, if you were so inclined. And let's just be quick about this. No, it's going to be a ring mouth. Yeah, we actually needed to knock out that platform to open up the ring. But yeah, the full heal on the juice is pretty helpful here. Let's just see how much there is left as we try to get through all this. Eventually we'll have to do a section with, well, everything else remaining, including perhaps the locker and who knows what else. Like the locker, the water balloon, there's so much to work with here that we will not meet the time benchmark for at all. There hasn't been a great deal of actual platforming to deal with in the game. So perhaps we're out of practice here. Whoops. Especially when gauging distance with a short hop like what you get with the ring mouth. Anyway, 1:15 on the clock will certainly not make any kind of timer here, but especially the way I'm playing. Okay, there's clearly something over here. We'll blow this side, and it's going to be water. So we want health first, probably. Yeah, this is obviously going to be a blown attempt, given that we still have 40 seconds left on the clock. Well, let's scout ahead and just learn everything we can about this level. And, yeah, it looks like we'll get over this segment here and swap. Oh, we needed to take this thing out, but no, we don't. And taking way too much icicle damage. We're going to fail before we even fail on the timer, so that's okay. That's a learning run. We have a good sense of what's ahead. We just need to do everything cleanly, including some of these cone jumps at the very start where I can't always judge if I'm going to hit. Okay. Okay, and there we go. And we'll keep in mind our time as we get into each of the successive power-ups. It is, for instance, going to be 254 on the juice box. $235 on a ring. That's probably not too bad. We'll just try to get as many boosts as we can without being hit too many times. Now, how come I wasn't able to break this? Oh, because I have to break everything along the way, don't I? Or, oh no, because I need to blow that? Yep, that's okay. I remember this now. Yeah, so this section was a mess, but 235 in ring mouth is already a pretty huge improvement, so let's not be too picky about that. And then 143, I don't know if we should bother getting health if we're going for the timer, but we haven't seen the end yet either, so we don't have a good sense of how much there is to this segment. 123 to finish this. Yeah, boosting into the icicles is in fact not a good idea. Okay. 105. We're actually going to be fairly close, I think. Depending on what the finale segment looks like. We're not going to be close. We have 1 minute on the car. This will give me a sense of how long it takes to get to the end. Given the car should be at least fairly consistent. Nope. I did say fairly consistent. The car is actually quite a long segment. And then, how much time do we have left on the clock after this? Let's see. Okay, 20 seconds. So, actually, that was not unreasonable. Ring mouth was a bit of a problem. The car was a bit of a problem, but we're seeing those for the first time, so. It looks like this one is set up to be the level that you do last in the sequence, but let's see here. Yeah, because this does have a feel of a kind of final for now challenge level. There probably will be even tougher ones in the post game, but we don't know that yet, so. Okay, 3 minutes at this point. Let's see what we can do. 254 in the juice box. That seems like a slight improvement. Not much of one, but whoops. I missed a jump completely. Anyway. We don't need to be completely thorough about getting the ring down as long as we manage to get to it in good time. We should actually use the jump more often. And then whoops. Yeah, taking a couple of unnecessary hits here, but try to speed through it. And we'll just skip the health, in fact. Time is of the essence here at 1:45. And yeah, we might run into some issues with my health pool, but especially with all the icicles coming up. Whoops, didn't realize how far I was standing. And we'll see, maybe we'll be able to get out of here without having too many issues associated with taking so much damage. 108 on the car, that's an 8-second improvement, and if we drive well, we can do this without falling into any pits, perhaps. But we might actually make it, though. Yeah, the enemies are going to slow you down quite a bit, as are some of the hits here, but 42 left on the clock. I think I'm still going to be a little bit off. Okay, 34 left on the clock. Let's see. I believe I want 45 left on the clock. And we've got some ways to go. Yeah, the scissor lift segments seem to be a problem. I was stalling quite a bit for the icicles, and there should be a faster way to do it. We'll have to find it out. So yeah, benchmark is 45 left on the clock. We'll just keep that in mind, and if we really have a mess early on, we'll just reset quickly. Whoops. No. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to see the distances here. The depth perception along this diagonal. This diagonal perspective is something that perhaps could be a little more successful than what was shown off so far. Yeah, no, I'm having trouble receiving this bit here. Let's see. Because you jump to the left and then you have to pull back like this. No, not like that. We have to practice this one, I think, because this one has been giving me tons of trouble. Again, just as a question of depth perception. Luckily, that's right at the start of this entire sequence, and so easy to retry if it is causing such a problem. Yeah, we'll skip right over that. Nope, hang on. 308 here, not great. Actually behind our previous run, I think. Yeah, that's really not going to be good enough, I don't think, but... yeah, too many mistakes. The cone jumps are pretty difficult to perceive early on, so we'll have to clean those up. Now, that still misses. Not a very good read there of where the pipe target is actually located, I think. I don't know if it's to read that's the issue or to control that's the issue, but I think it is a little bit of both. Okay. 308 up here, that's a little better, maybe. $255 on that, that's okay, not great, but enough for me to work with. Grab some cans on the way out. Let's not get hit by too much here. We'll jump around as necessary. Which is something I hadn't really considered previously. The use of the jump. And let's see how fast we can go out of this segment. 201. It's going to be a water balloon at 153. Okay, scissor lift is what I'm probably most worried about. Just going to beeline our way to the end and see if we can sort that out. Scissor lift at 138. Okay. We can probably skip this, but we won't. $120 on this. Maybe we can make it. That's actually a huge improvement. That is not an improvement. We'll swerve around a bit and whoop. Some pretty awful jumps here. Might have killed the run. Let's see how close we get. Okay, we're going to be just a tiny bit too slow, in fact. The car segment was pretty much the whole problem there. Inching closer. Yeah, if we hadn't done so badly on the car there, 120 getting to the car is easily enough time relative to how well I had done driving segment in what was previously our best attempt. Okay. Okay, good. We're going to skip the fire this time completely, which is a rarity. We probably could have jumped into thin air there and survived to tell the tale, but let's not get too fancy. And let's not miss this jump. Okay. .238 on ring mouth. That seems okay. Managed to do that without getting hit, which is also kind of a rarity. Now here, we need to deal with these guys a lot cleaner. Whoa. Oh, that's a big reset, and it's awful. So yeah, getting it knocked down at all is not great here. Okay, that's going to be blown completely. It was going so well up to that point. Which is something I'll probably find myself saying quite a bit. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, this is actually a slight improvement. 257. Okay, let's not spend too much time doing diagonal shots here. Let's just get to the end. If we're getting mobbed back here, we'll just try to deal with it quickly. With these enemies that are essentially like boos. Same kind of concept. Okay, so we need to not get knocked back here. Yeah, attack first. Ask questions later. Ooh, that was close. Get out here and... Water balloon at 153. That's, once again, a pretty big gain, I think. So let's see how badly we do on scissor lift. Still don't always have a good idea of what we can do to counter icicles. Also, my stick is totally being sluggish again. Okay, so yeah, this segment has not been going well. We've been losing time. I don't know why, but sometimes my movement seems to slow down a little bit on the stick. I don't know if it's coming from an accidental stick click or something like that, but whatever it is not an input I know about. I'll just weave around some of these guys. But the most important thing is not to fall. So we're doing okay so far. No, we're not doing okay. We have 45 left in the conch already, so I don't know how we lost that much time this time then, because we seem to be okay for the most part. Yeah, there was something in there that went badly, perhaps. Ideal, I can get that done in 2 stomps. Whoops, overshot. Alright, let's do it again. Yeah, no, it was the slow walk and the scissor lift segment that really did me in there, I think. We just burned so much time there for issues of control and precision by all accounts. Yeah, can I get ahead like that? Yes, I can. We'll keep that in mind for future runs. We're a little behind par right now. 257, okay, that's close to my best. Yeah, we don't really need to take out the whole stack completely, but if I can, I will. 238 on the boat. Okay, this segment, the trick is to attack first. If we attack first, well, we can make a complete disaster out of this. Yeah, best we've done was car at 120, and that last seemingly good attempt blew that pretty much entirely with losing time on the scissor lift. Just slowing down under all of the icicles along the way. Yeah, let's just land firmly out of this. Let's not try to do some kind of fancy stomp out of the spout. Whoa, that was standing in an awful position. Standing too close, perhaps? We did get bitten by the turtle having a lunge at us. Yeah, having a single attack like that and getting this in 2 stomps is a pretty big gain. Nope. That timing honestly felt a little bit blind. I don't think I could have reasonably reacted to the fireball there, so... Okay. You can kind of see the fireball in the periphery, but once again, just overshooting every time. Okay, yeah, we just need to do a firm landing. Coming out of that, we're pretty solid. And we can actually kind of walk in advance over here. That's great. Spit that out in midair. We grab that at 237. Once again, 257 rather. So still kind of on par with how I was doing. Yeah, we're pretty consistently able to get to the vending machine by 257. And to the ring by 237 or 238. It's later that we get into trouble. I feel like the path that I'm taking here might be losing some unnecessary time as well. Okay, this is the part where things get a little bit hairy. And nope. Just slipped instead of getting to jump. That's too big a reset. There's no way a fall in the lava there is going to be sustainable, or survivable rather, when we're going for time benchmark. So rather than trying it, we will die to depth perception once again. Yeah, some of the depth perception issues we have here are just kind of one of the trappings of this Super Mario 3D World style format. Given that that format was kind of designed in the first place for Super Mario 3D Land, which had the benefit of the 3D effect onto 3DS. And losing a depth perception actually was kind of a noticeable hindrance going to 3D World, in spite of the fact that 3D World was, in terms of level design, a masterful game in all respects. Yeah, don't need to be too thorough here. 237, we're kind of getting caught up again after losing a bit of time on getting to the vending machine earlier. Yeah, we'll just go straight here and just cut through. That might be better. 223 on this segment, but I mean, not falling in this segment is going to be more important than anything else. Okay, there we go. Water balloon at what time? We're going to get it at 153, which is on par with the best we've done there, so let's not blow this part with a scissor lift. Probably the biggest risk to our run right now, given that it's just a car after this. 140 on a scissor lift. I wonder if I'm just accidentally doing a diagonal input or something, but something is really slow about my stick when I get here. I don't know if that's normal to have the scissor lift behave like that. 120 here. Yeah, we're actually slowing down relative to how I'd previously done on the car. 114 on the car, that's not my best. It's off by best by about 5 seconds. This is going to be tight. Gotta get through the car segment in 30 seconds. Now, if we do it with no falls, I think we should be able to get it, but scissor lift was just a disaster every time. Ooh, boy. Not good news. And, yeah, we're going to be slow. How far off is this? Let's just take a look since we're here. Grab some money. Still off about by 6 seconds. Not even my best time so far. So, yeah, something is happening with the scissor lift segment where I am losing speed. I don't think it's a controller issue. I think there's just something to gaining momentum with the item that perhaps I don't know. I don't know. I've had an occasional sort of slow walk issue at certain points in the game, but this is consistently happening with a scissor lift now, which does make me wonder. Okay. Thought I was going to get hit there, but that was not the case, thankfully. This is going to be a pretty clean run to this guy. One of the best yet, in fact. Yeah, doing a good, easy spit. Get in position, so... This part doesn't need to be perfect, we just need to get a stack down and... have enough going on that we don't get hit from behind. Now once again, on the boat at 237. Yeah, it's still within reason, I suppose. Oh, getting jammed here. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. We're losing some time. That's okay, we'll still try to do it. In case we can gain some of that time back with a clean run through some of these later segments here. Okay. Okay, a little behind, 154. Actually, no, that's reasonable. That's on pace. Alright, let's figure out what's going on with the scissor lift. Yeah, maybe I am doing a bit of a diagonal input on it, and it's causing problems. 126 on this, so that's still going to be better than usual. Should be able to get to the car at 119. That's a 5-second gain on how we did previously. That's actually going to be enough to do this if we drive cleanly and don't run into the fence. Okay, swerve. Nope. Yeah, scissor lift is a big problem. It's very tempting to try to speed through the icicles and find an optimal cycle to do so. We haven't found it, and once again, overshooting. Okay, that's a clean shot. Nope. Yeah, once again, doing an adjustment of the spout is part of the problem here. You have to kind of trust the spout to take you approximately where you want to go and also pull out of it with better timing, which is not something I've been doing. Okay. That's looking okay, just some short hops here, and then we'll get over here. Oh, lost a bit of time on a missed shot there, but we're going to get back here at 257. That's still going to be back on track. .237 once again, yeah. Let's not lose too much time to this. This is still deeply suboptimal, I think. Took too long to get here. Okay, catching the first ride over. And then dispatching those quickly. This is one of the better runs we've had. 155 on a water balloon, that's good. Yeah, we don't want to shoot too much here. $142 on scissor lift. Okay. Icicle's hitting pretty hard here. Okay, we can't really get hit too hard on the vehicle because I don't really have much damage left to take. 118 on the car, not my best, but I'm trying to make it work. Yeah, if we can navigate this cleanly, we are set because we can keep building some momentum. Okay, this might do it. Just barely. Okay, that was fairly satisfying. Once again, I do wish I could have systematically figured out why I was slowing down so much on the scissor lift, but in general, we didn't have a very good approach to dodging the icicle pattern anyway. I believe it's just going to be Storm Tornado left, at least for now, and perhaps more will open up afterwards. So let's go back to Waddle Dee Town. We'll do Storm Tornado, and then we'll fight a boss. And might as well get the sleep hat while we're at it. Now, I don't know if that's the last upgrade. We haven't gotten a second upgrade on either Crash or Sleep. So, perhaps start with more. But let's just take the Tornado first and see how it goes. When it comes to attack power, a lot of these secondary upgrades do seem to be strict improvements on the first tier upgrades. Very rarely does there seem to be a reason to pick the intermediate level powers, but maybe there are strategies involving them that I haven't considered. Okay, let's try it out. And we'll be sure to do the sleep hat before we come back out. Storm Tornado is just a really big tornado. Wow, okay. A huge tornado, in fact, that also leaves a bit of a trail of destruction that does residual damage afterwards. Very nice. Yeah, the upgrades really are quite special. Let's play around with it some more and then we'll read about it as well. Moveset is more or less the same as the Tornado. Usually just tap to activate. I mean, Aerial Tornado is just a tornado that's slightly higher up. Not much to talk about with that. And the dodge is still, I think, pretty much equivalent to standard dodge. Same with the slide. And then forward air is just going to kind of launch you quickly. Yeah, neutral more or less spins in place. Notice that there's a bit of a lightning burst at the end of the tornado pattern as well. Such that you tap out of it immediately. You can do that burst damage right away. Otherwise, you just kind of tail the enemy, juggle them to your heart's content. Ominous clouds, powerful winds. And yeah, the lightning finisher is what we saw there. Let's get Deep Sleep first, and then we'll switch back to Storm Tornado for, first of all, the challenge, and then after that, the boss in whatever form we're about to see. Can't get enough of the rumble effect on Deep Sleep. Now let's see if we've missed any scrolls. Haven't missed any blueprints, good. I kind of want to see if there's a boss record that I don't know about. Silly dildo, 6 seconds, and there are still copy abilities I don't have. I mean, I would expect the next boss to hold something. We'll of course be sticking with Tornado, but I just want to check one thing here quickly. So we have, once again, not upgraded Crash a second time, or we have upgraded Sleep a second time, and so those seem to be the only ones missing, unless there are third upgrades on anything, which I would not expect. So let's do the Storm Tornado Challenge. Once I figure out where it went, I guess we're starting at the bottom part of the world, so... Storm Tornado Treasure 130. Three minutes on this. Well, for the standard time, this is going to be pretty much a combat challenge. Partly we have to learn how to use the lightning burst. I think that's the idea, is that you concentrate the lightning burst as we have everybody going to the center, and whoops. That was almost bad. And then we circle around. $222 on this. We just need to aim well as we do this. It's probably going to be double Florina or something. Just watch. Double Florina, and we will try to kick up some of the blocks along the way if we can. Yeah, I do need to improve my control here when it comes to doing the lightning finisher. Oh, oops. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit slow, given how sloppy this has been, but... Why do I get the feeling we're off by a few seconds? No, actually, we got this with time to spare, so... A couple of good bursts at the start, and that's all that was needed. Okay, unless I'm much mistaken, looks like that's going to be it, and we have a DDD rematch coming in some form. And we'll see, because obviously this is going to reveal some final fight. That's not even getting into anything post-game, so... In the presence of the king. Well, same as usual, there's going to be a time benchmark, there's going to be a no damage benchmark, and some additional challenges on top of that, likely involving some of the items that we've been offered here as part of the selection. What are we being offered? We've got Ranger, Tornado, Meta Knight Sword, and Ice. Well, Meta Knight versus DDD would be fun, but we're going Tornado since we haven't really seen it in action yet. We haven't even seen DDD's final form. Beast DDD, Wild DDD, Forgo DDD. Well, no damage achievements is already out of the way right there. This must only be phase 1, but there's no way we're killing him this quickly, even with Tornado. Okay, phase 1 down, and then what goes on here? Oh, this is a kind of a beast form. Kind of like a Ganondorf style fight in some ways. You remember how Ganon worked in Twilight Princess? I probably just need to do the dodge roll in this form. And there's going to be some kind of third phase, I bet. No, there isn't 2 phases. That's got to be the timing. We got him down quickly, but that was very sloppy, so... Don't get hit by his fire attack. I didn't see the fire attack. I don't think. Can I kick him anymore? 2 minutes? Yeah. Oh, poor DDD. He doesn't even... Can I swallow him? Nope. Clear by using a second level of vault abilities, so that's all other than not taking damage, so we'll just try to do it safely then. We just wrecked him. But perhaps the no damage challenge is going to be the thing that keeps us going here for a better part of an hour if previous fights like Silly Dillo were anything to go by. Anyway, DDD's been knocked back to his senses and Kirby is going to be friends with him again. And then that's going to unveil something far more sinister. Far more sinister. What do we got here? We've got a cutscene leading to some kind of group fight, but I'm sure that we'll get a stage selection bringing us back to the ending here. Well, let's see. Leave no Wapiti behind. DDD is just gonna fend them off himself. What a hero. Lab Discoverer.
Automatic language detection.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Authentication system activated.
In English, unlike the Japanese opening song.
Authenticating. Authenticating. Entry code approved. Initiating facility navigation protocol.
Welcome, visitors, to the Dream Discoveries Tour of our science facility, Lab Discoverer. On this thrilling tour, you'll be introduced to the ultimate life form, specimen ID F86.
That's got to be either me or the final boss. Oh, that's got to be me, for sure.
It began a campaign of destruction that threatened the native wildlife of our entire world.
Definitely me.
Luckily, our research team managed to capture it before it could complete its invasion.
Actually, no, this is my companion, maybe.
Once it was contained, our lab began studying IDF-86's spatial teleportation ability. Research that laid the groundwork for the planetary warp technology we enjoy today.
Well, this is a fascinating turn of events.
However, 30 years after our research began,
Oh, there's the Kirby series. That's got to be
a experiment incident occurred in this facility.
pretty close to that
A
benchmark.
new life form, separated from the main specimen, escaped in the aftermath. That new subspecimen has yet to be recovered. In the time since, IDF-86 has shown no signs of activity. It is now kept in a state of permanent stasis within the custom-made Eternal Capsule here on the top level of Lab Discoverer.
Okay, so we'll go back and do the
And
D2D
here we
achievement
are.
after
Let's meet
this
the
bit.
ultimate life form, specimen IDF-86.
So that's definitely me, because I'm going to exit and it's going to be like a gladiatorial arena of some sort, where I fight a shadow form of myself, I bet. What will we go with here? We've got lots of choices. I want to stay with Tornado, I think. Because then we can just zip around everywhere. And see what pattern we're dealing with. So, who am I fighting? Actually, no, I guess Alphalin is probably the thing that's relevant here. Isn't this a beautiful sight? You're not even seeing the Great One in full form. They're incomplete without their other half. So yeah, it was something to do with Alphalin, I believe. Long ago, the Great One granted the people of this world a miraculous power. Those people left this world behind and entered a land of dreams. Once the Great One is complete again, I know we will also receive this miraculous power. We, the ones they left behind in this forgotten land. So yeah, all the animals were left behind and went feral. I believe it's just implicitly humans, perhaps, who have left everybody behind and gone off to better places. So yeah, notice that Alphalin's design has this kind of chip out of the right ear. They're going to combine and become something great. I don't think I have a hide, but okay. Alright, just going to be a group fight here. Tornado's going to be amazing for it. Tornado is actually fantastic for that. So clearly he's going to jump in, right? This is Beast King here, Leon Gar. Nope. I was trying to dodge out of that, but yeah, we'll just get out of this soon enough so that I can continue the attack pattern. Whoops, trying to dodge once again, and that was not quite right. Yeah, sometimes I'm still kind of mid-tornado when I'm trying to do the dodge roll, and can't really cancel out a tornado like that. Okay, good dodge there. I feel like the dodge plus the counter on Space Ranger might be pretty helpful for something like this. Anyway, phase 2. We might be working for a while on the no damage achievements. Anyway, clearly the reunited Alphalin is going to be a boss. Not necessarily right now, but it's definitely coming. Whoa, let's get out. We gotta figure out a better way to dodge that pattern. we'll eventually learn these fights properly. Right now I'm just kind of spamming my way through and... Whoa, thought I'd dodged that, and that was not the case. Yeah, so if you look at what he's doing, you can kind of see what the cross pattern is going to be on some of these attacks. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Maybe not. I should be able to get him just in time before I take one final hit. Okay, we'll rescue our friend. I mean, they're not just going to dangle this in front of us, right? Like, clearly we are eventually going to see the final form here. Also notice that I didn't beat any kind of time benchmark on this boss. Didn't think it took that long. We'll do our happy reunion dance, and then... That's definitely not it. Plan ruined. Important plan. Need to labor. Opened vortex. Found workforce brought here, and yet ever made. Irksome pink contaminant. Okay, so this is in the possessed voice of the greater half, perhaps. The workforce consisted of the Waddle Dees, who ended up building the city for me anyway. Careful planning. Now wasted. No more planning, no more patience. Instead, Phase 2? Phase 2. Everything shall be consumed. So here's Alphalin's better half. Very brainy. With all these animal allies now being snatched away. The ranger enemy kind of made a very surprised face at this, like he wasn't expecting this moment of gelatinous betrayal. Okay, so we're not really under any kind of time pressure here, are we? I probably shouldn't touch this, but still. Sure, we'll continue. Why not? Okay, Fecto Forgo. I feel like this is an escape sequence. I don't think I really have an opportunity to damage him. Yes, I do. I can damage him. Yeah, wasn't quite sure given that we have this melee range ability. That's not good news. One came in. Yeah, this is this game's creature. I mean, there may be more of these where they came from, but it seems like every Kirby game will have some kind of interdimensional threat of this variety. Okay, Ranger power. We probably should have taken Ranger, given that's hitting this guy at range like a Ranger would do. Might be a good idea. Actually, the Crouch card is pretty good against him. We've got a lot to learn if we want to do the no damage achievement against any of these phases. We've got plenty to play through. Oh, now they're going to combine into the actual hell creature. And yeah, you can switch ADHD, that's exactly what it is. Always the Eldritch Hoarder portion of every Kirby game. Anyway, it fills him with determination. I'm quite a ways down in health, of course. Not much to really explore here, I say as I pick up a coin. Oh, there we go. Health on the right. As well as power selection. Let's see if we should switch it up. We've got access to everything here. Almost, not including sleep and crash. What shall we go with? I've been loving Tornado. Space Ranger might be interesting. We've not seen too much of it so far. Meta Knight Sword is Meta Knight. That's always fun. Let's go with Space Ranger. We'll see what the final phase is going to be like. Yeah, we've had a lot of hammer fights already, and drill we kind of put to work against Silly Dillo, so... Well, okay. Final phase, perhaps. We don't know that yet. My percentage completion has actually been alarmingly low considering how thorough I've been up to this point, so... I assume there is going to be a sizable post-game, as there usually is. But anyway, this is the ultimate life form, Fecto Alphalus. Can I lock on? Nope. Oh, beams are going to come in, and I should run out of that, as I would with Chloraline. And those are not really going to stay on long enough for me to grab them in a meaningful fashion. Nope, trying to get to dodge on him because we can get the dodge counter on. There we go, there we go. Okay. Love the strings in the music for this fight, by the way. One thing I have been kind of coveting in this game is a sound test. I don't know if we'll unlock one, but... Oh, whoops. Missed the counter. But this is a great boss team. Right on the heels of that Meta Knight arrangement by the 8-Bit Big Man winning the first Grammy Award that's been awarded for arrangement to work of video game music, I think, the other day. Okay. Oh, no, we can still grab the power here. Oh, we probably should instead of doing normal the rest of the way. Alright. Whoa, no. That's not the move I expected. Okay. Nope, missed the counter once again. There we go. And yeah, just have to watch that spin attack coming out here. Okay, nice stun on Space Ranger here. Yeah, only to lose it. That looks threatening. Okay, that's fine. We can guard out of that just fine for the most part. Yeah, it's not really within range for Space Ranger, unfortunately, so... And you've lurked for a fair bit of the playthrough? Yeah, you're quite welcome too. Thanks for watching so much of it, despite all the interruptions and technical problems. It's been a difficult stream from a logistical side, as much as I've been loving the game. But it's been quite worth the time I've put into it, I think. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, Space Ranger leaves a lot of these blast zones available, but I'm not really able to do much with it yet, so... Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have the shell game phase over here. This gotta be this guy, right? Whoop. given that he didn't disappear. Whoops. And Electric Dude just woke up. That's okay, we'll be redoing this. I didn't get the no damage achievement on DDD, so we'll be redoing a few things. And Electric Dude, we actually had to abort stream earlier because I had so many sound problems in the first segment, so this was already kind of a restart. Not on this fight, but much earlier when I was doing the sort of miniature boss rush in World 6. Whoa. I've been trying to do this with the Space Ranger counter, since this is effectively a fight out of Bayonetta anyway, like so much of what I've seen in this game. Nope. You know what? Let's do this. I should maybe actually use the health item that I've been carrying the whole game. And then, as a matter of principle, perhaps I should see if I can last any longer. Luca, it looks like it's the final story boss. My completion percentage is actually still quite low, so we may have a lot more coming. I like Ranger on that fight. I don't know if we'll switch it up. Let me think about that. Yeah, I mean, we could try to go maybe Meta Knight Sword or something. Homing Bomb is fun, but the thing is, the way I tend to spam my attacks, Homing Bomb actually just gets in the way of itself. So yeah, Ranger actually hasn't really been able to hit that much from afar here, so I think the right idea would be to do something like Meta Knight Sword and see what happens. It would be cool if Ranger had a Devil May Cry like lock-on, yeah. It does kind of have an auto lock-on when you dodge. That's the thing that seems to be unique to it, is that it does have a built-in counter move. But yeah, the time challenges in World 6 actually went down pretty easily. Especially compared to the stuff I took forever on, like the Dragonfire in one of my previous settings. Whoops, so lost Meta Knight already. No more Master Sword ability for me. Okay, yeah, this we can just outrun. It's just like Clawroline. We outrun it. Yeah, Meta Knight, I could just get within range and then swat, swat, swat. And then we'll just dive in, actually, and get into melee range. And then... oh! Took a big hit there. Okay, I actually just did a stationary guard out of that. Anyway, I will not complain about getting another chance to listen to this music theme, because it is just a wonderful bit of boss music. It's like this thing you would expect out of a big JRPG finale, perhaps. Which I suppose makes sense for a cosmic boss like this one. Anyway, let's wait here. Given the quality of some of the later bosses, I am actually looking forward to the true arena or equivalent. Oh, let's stay afloat. Yeah, nice thing about the sword is that you can just kind of stay on the boss during that phase. Okay. Same kind of principle here as Silly Dillo. We just try to dodge with good timing. That was not good timing. Do you feel this game is an instant classic for a Switch? From what I've seen, yeah, I think so. It's a major high point of the Kirby series for me, for sure. And I'm someone who generally is skeptical of series going from 2D to 3D. I'm not somebody who's always craving that. or was always begging for Kirby to do it. And so the fact that this 3D transition went so successfully, I think is going to stand as a pretty major landmark. Especially given, you know, how overdue Kirby was for this treatment relative to a lot of the traditional Nintendo properties. Like, I do think it's a game that we'll be referring to in terms of game design in many ways. Okay. Nope. There we go. I think we need to kind of deplete his meter in this phase. Yeah. Maybe. I haven't quite worked out the details here yet. I'm guessing there will be a no damage achievement like every boss, and it will take some time to figure out. Portal to another dimension. Let's... whoa. Dodge this extinction event. Whoops. We did not dodge the extinction event. I think I just need to guard out of this straight up. I think we lost Meta Knight here. Did we? Nope. Whoops. There we go. Okay, I'm way out of range. Whoa. Should remember that follow-up. Let's try this again. Okay, we'll just run. Or not. Getting quite low now. So yeah, I think I'll just try to crouch guard out of the big meteor later. I don't see a better solution to it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, whoops, shouldn't have stood in the fire. Okay. I'll catch up on your messages in just a moment. I'm a little busy dodging. But... hey, I'm actually reasonably close. Let's chip him down. Okay, next phase. Next phase? Oh, hey, mouthful mode. We got to pilot this guy. And crack him apart like the egg-shaped structure that we got to deal with. Open wide, open wide. What? Did we manage to tear him out? Yes, we did. Meg, this is seemingly the end story boss. We're a long, long way from actual 100%, and so if previous Kirby games are any indication, we do have some additional content ahead of us after this. I'm thinking back to how deeply buried Morpha Knight was in Star Allies. And even that, I mean, I was nowhere near full completion of Star Allies either, because I didn't do the patch content. Such incredible power. So are we going to stop it now, or are we going to load up in town? That is Planet Popstar. And we're going to smash some planets together, okay. And Electrodude, you were asking, what did I think of the previous boss? Let's drive a truck first and we'll decide. This looks like it's essentially the kind of cutscene post-boss finale if we think about it. Kind of wonder what the achievement will be for this section. Anyway, let's keep going. If any of you have ever played the Wonderful 101, actually. I mean, I keep referring to Bayonetta when playing this game, but Wonderful 101, which is also by Hideki Kamiya, has a lot of stuff that's very similar to this. Like, you know, this massive cosmic finale with buildings crashing into each other everywhere. Just total extravagance on the grandest possible scale. Man, you were hoping Kirby eats a truck, yeah. I mean, where can you go after a staircase, right? But up. So he's gonna throw everything at me. Okay. It's gonna be a button mashing quick time event. This is totally out of the Wonderful 101, actually. Cosmic quick time events to do this final approach here. Protect the Earth. That's exactly what it is. And yeah, Wonderful 101 and the Beautiful Joe art style, that's no coincidence. There are actually quite a few explicit references to Beautiful Joe in that game. Beautiful Joe is a very important game to me. I haven't played it in a long time, but it was a formative favorite. So, look at this thing though. Let's see Kirby do his job. I mean, after everything Kirby had already done to save the universe back in Smash Ultimate, this is just a walk in the park. Or a drive in the park. Anyway, I think that worked out. Is this Planet Popstar? I guess it still is. We recognize some of this. I don't know if I should think too hard about how Wispy Woods became Tropic Woods, by the way, in terms of how the entire tree was transplanted. I need to close the connection between worlds, even if it takes all the power I've got. When came in, I actually haven't played Sephiroth's classic mode. I kind of dropped off Smash around the time Sephiroth came out, and I have to catch up on a lot of that. But I understood that Sephiroth's classic route was a boss rush of some sort. And yeah, one K-Man well observed on the invincibility theme. We're far from the true ending. There's nothing to get all weepy about. Anyway, radio's gonna play, and then we're going to hear the theme song from the start once again. Let's take a screenshot of this. And do this photo album outro here. But yeah, Switch ADHD, if you do eventually get around to playing the Wonderful 101, you'll definitely kind of retroactively recognize some stuff from this game. Without spoiling too much, I'll just say that. But that's what has made this game interesting, I think, is that, you know, in spite of the platforming and the translation of a 2D series to 3D, leading everyone to think about how this related to things like Mario 3D World, and for that matter Mario Odyssey with the copy abilities that came from Kirby in the first place, that I think a lot of what kind of secures a unique place for this game in 3D platforming is that, as with the Kirby series generally, that a lot of it is sort of about the moment-to-moment combat with the enemies, not so much about, you know, surviving over gaps or anything like that, since you can float everywhere. And so much of it is kind of this hybrid between what we traditionally think of as platforming, be it side-scroller or 3D, and a kind of arena combat that you get in something like a Platinum-style game. And it works quite well. It's sort of interesting to think about this game because there's nothing that has quite fit into this space. And there was no better series to enter that space than for a Kirby game to come in. Interestingly enough, though, some of the dodge-based combat does oddly remind me of Metroid Other M, which is not much talked about these days for various reasons. Look at some of the end credit art here, by the way, with all of the bosses and mini-bosses kind of making friends again. Frosty building snowmen and Cloraline having a cake and everything. Slicing the cake, in fact, since she seems to be very well built for that. Everybody just taking a nap together. And yeah, 1K-Man, since we haven't been playing co-op, Bandana D has been kind of absent in my run. Anyway, we are going to stay on a little bit longer, since we do have achievements to mop up. This has been kind of an unbroken string since the first encounter with DDD in World 6, so we've got a couple of things to work on before we are even properly in the post-game. I am kind of curious about my percentage, and as you can see, yeah, lots of unfinished business. To be continued. Of course. We've got lots more coming. And look at the town now, by the way. That's you have Cloraline just kind of hanging out in the top left, and you have a Waddle Dee band that has set up outside the cinema. We've got a couple of changes. We'll continue to file, but I'm actually kind of curious about my percentage on this. 73%. Yeah, we can push a little further. And we've unlocked a fourth gumball machine. And this has got to be a sound test? Yes. Great. And I'm sure more cups have opened up in the Coliseum. You have mostly played as Bandana Waddle Dee, playing second fiddle to your son's Kirby, yeah. So, Switch ADHD, that must be a pretty interesting experience, actually, just to kind of play a secondary role as presumably the more experienced player. I mean, I guess in some ways that's what co-op is well built for, when it's asymmetric like that. Like, you want to put somebody like your own child in charge of the character who's got access to more variety and has more moves to learn. You can now enter the Ultimate Cup, yeah. I don't know if we'll do that right away. I will explore the town first. Oh, copy abilities can now be powered up. That's interesting. I guess some of our surplus of stars will work out for us that way. Anyway, the cat's got something to say. Now you can experience the horrors of Fecto Forgo again in the arena. Exactly. Claroline's a bit upset. We've beaten her up so many times. Well, of course. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? enter the arena and beat her up again? I don't know. When things finally calmed down and the animals came to celebrate with us, Leongar was missing. Yeah, it's true. So, we got lots left. 399 Waddle Dees at number 300 will come from DDD. And we'll do sound tests in a little bit. Let's see. Used up all of your power and blacked out. Oh, interesting that we didn't get a scroll out of DDD as well. Oh, we'll talk to her in a moment, actually. Let's check some records. Because I'm curious. King DD has... Oh, he has a blueprint. Okay, well... do that. Hang on, let's do that first, actually. Come back and look at some boss times after. Because we don't want some cleared with an ability you haven't found yet message to show up and be all ambiguous, so... So you filled a town with Waddle Dees you rescued? Yeah, because they gradually open up some of these shops. We haven't actually had to worry too much about that since I have been doing 100% of the Waddle Dees as I went along, so I haven't really had to give that any thought. DDD is living a princely life here. Ruling the roost. Minion Waddle Dee. It's a blueprint from King DDD. What is it? Masked Hammer. Well, let's take a look at this. I was saying much earlier when I got Meta Knight's sword that surely I will get DDD's hammer. Or something similar. This is also the first time that we've seen, I think, a third upgrade? Or was that the only hammer upgrade we had? Rare stones to raise the attack power. We'll do that later. We have a few surplus stones. I think 3 of them came from gift codes that I was curious about, but even just from doing some of the bonus challenges and exploring town, we had more than enough for the standard upgrades. But I don't know how you get additional rare stones as an unlimited supply. I guess it would be post-game content. We're totally going to power up Time Crash at some point. So yeah, this is the first number 3 upgrade. It requires 5. That makes sense because in terms of the rare stars, like I said, we got 3 from extra codes that I entered wondering what they would do to the game balance. Look at this power and rapid fire on this thing. We have to see it. This thing is right behind Space Ranger, says Electrodude in terms of strength, but does big outburst of damage when up close. Oh, look at that. And, oh, a new treasure road. Okay, so we'll have access to more rares even after that, so... Interestingly enough, I guess with the copy ability upgrades, I guess they would apply to the treasure roads as well, wouldn't they? Because that would be the one thing I can think of that actually makes the treasure roads something that you can adjust in terms of difficulty, if that is the case. So yeah, you can do this. The damage output seems to be pretty significant, but we've knocked this guy back so far. Some of the hammer movement is still going to be pretty familiar. Charge, forward air, neutral air, yeah. Yeah, I guess the sandbag being what it is, it's hard to tell how much damage I'm getting off of it. Just one moment, let's... The fully charged hammer swing can one-shot mini-bosses. Sounds great. Let's read about it, actually. I don't want to spend on upgrades yet. We might want to see how much things cost. Pretty difficult to get to full charge in the later fights, naturally, since everything moves around so much. Let's see, because it's 3 stages, right? Like most of the hammers. We'll see how we can do with that. Yeah, just 3 stages. And because the mini-bosses are much larger, I guess that's why you would be able to get multiple hits on it at close range. And yeah, we'll keep it for some practice. We need it for the run we have upcoming anyway, so... and of course we have a no damage run on DDD to deal with, which I don't really feel like I got a good sense of his pattern since it just tanked so much damage on that fight. Anyway, our very chatty friend is back now. I guess there weren't really any achievements to speak of here, right? At least not that I found. But, yeah, usually I try to do each stage at a time before we continue, but I don't know how long DDD is going to take me, so let's do this first. Looks like it is just going to be a brawl. Okay. Yeah, why don't I just get in position and do charged attacks all day. I don't know if that's actually time efficient, that might not be. Oh yeah, we'll just stand in the center here and knock everything out. Okay. Let's see this. Actually, I have no idea how we'll do for time, so... 205 on this phase. Oh. We'll do a bit of a spin coming out of that. Yeah, get a little bit of forward movement. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's bad. Small warning for this stage, you said you have to be very optimal to get to checkmark. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm clearly not finished with streaming this game. We will be doing more streams for post-game content, so I don't feel like I'm under a great deal of pressure to be finishing everything in today's sitting if I do have to leave soon. Well, wow, okay, we got whacked by the snakes. That's okay, that was not really going that well. What's the time check again? 140, so we need 120 remaining on clock. Nope. We'll see how close we get, even from clearing it once. There we go. Have a nice big burst. And we charge that up in advance of whoever's coming. Okay. I mean, it is endgame material. strictly post-game in this case, in fact, so not really surprising that the time checks would be much stricter, given that the time checks I did have the most trouble with previously were things like the hammer fights anyway. 156 on this. We only have 30 seconds remaining on this then. I will definitely not make it, judging by how much is left. And how much incoming damage we're also dealing with at the same time. Unfortunately, missed that guy in the corner. That was not ideal. Nope. Yeah, we're at 120 on the clock already, in fact, so... Whoops. No, he's just gonna take me out. Wild bonkers. Oh yeah, we're nowhere close. Nowhere close to even finishing. In fact. Snakes seem to be a big problem for me. But yeah, we were already past 120 and we had the entire final fight, what seemed like the final fight, still coming. So it seems like for the forward projectile for the fire, you just do a triple hit. Yeah, you do have to spam it a little bit. It'll be good for some of these group fights instead of just spinning everywhere, because you can at least use that at range. The fire does cut through, you see, so... which is good. We'll be able to sort that out fairly quickly. Alright, let's... Also means that you can kind of prepare for some of these spawns if you know their positions, even if they're... Oh no, this guy, once again, is a major liability. I shouldn't approach him head on. This has been a mistake. There we go. Well, we'll at least try to get the clear on this, even if I'm not going to be getting the time anytime soon. In terms of the four-way projectile, I think it's just actually an aerial into a triple hit, but we'll play around with this. We're still getting used to this moveset, so... not quite. Okay. Yeah, we don't need a full charge for some of these guys. A second stage charge is often enough. And then we'll charge up for some of these bigger group spawns here. Assume it's going to be true of the final 5-way spawn for Wild Bonkers as well. Okay, let's get way out of range of the snake. Nope. That did not work. I was in the middle of a charge and I was just much too slow to deal with him. Yeah, main issue for me has been getting trapped by the snakes. But we're already at 120 on the clock. That's going to be quite a slow run. I obviously don't really have a strategy that will get me to time worked out for this fight just yet. Look at how quickly Blonkers goes down though. That really does take him out very efficiently. Okay, he's going to be gone, and then you actually don't need to take out the enemies around him. You just need to take out Bonkers. So we're going to be off by about 40 seconds, 30 seconds, yeah. Well, we can grind that out, or we can grind out DDD. I think, actually, that the thing to do for this challenge will actually be to get the upgrade on the hammer. I haven't checked the cost on the upgrades yet, in fact. And I don't even know if the upgrade will apply. So, because the challenges are fairly self-contained in terms of following their own conditions and rules. Not allowing you to take any buffs in with you, so... It tells you the cost. 5 required power-ups. Oh, okay, you get them from the Coliseum. That's valuable information. So if I want a time crash, for instance, it's 5 for any of these. Okay, so it wasn't too much of a balance issue that we had 3 additional stones in the bag. Now, I have been streaming 100% of my time in this game so far, but as with some other games we've done in the past... no, Electritude, I don't think you can take buffs into the challenge. I had a buff from Deep Sleep early on in the stream, and it did not apply. For sure it does not apply, right? Oh, you mean taking the item in? Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Because I obviously have had the health item in the bag the whole time. So, yeah, there's a no damage achievement on this. We didn't see anything revealed for this stage. I just want to see. It doesn't look like there is anything on this stage. In terms of a Waddle Dee, yeah, because I guess lore-wise it doesn't make sense for Waddle Dees to just be randomly trapped over here. So I think what we will do is we'll try to get D number 300. And then the time check will just be something that we'll save for the time being. Let's see how well we do with DDD. I haven't really learned his attack pattern, so this will just be an exercise in learning his attack pattern and hopefully finding a good defensive approach. Because at the moment I don't actually have any idea how to dodge him. We can go hammer versus hammer against him though, that might be fun. At least for the first run. Because I had been going Tornado earlier, and Tornado was just kind of bunched up against him the whole time, right? And perhaps that was not the right approach. I mean, I did a ton of damage, but I also took a ton of damage. Okay, look at that. Okay, so you can do damage on the roll dodge, that's what it is. Okay, I lost it already, but I want to learn the pattern, so let's go. Yeah, the roll dodge counter allows me to do a spin with the fire. Anyway, DD is going to do the Ganondorf phase here. The Beast Ganon phase, rather. Whoops. I probably can't charge into that, actually, when he misses. Okay, so this is a dodge phase. Level 2 charge is easily doable. Level 3 is probably a little bit too much. And a charge into him, that's going to take damage. Yeah, just learning this. I think we can do it. There are a few specific dodges I need to figure out, but I think this approach will probably work. Simply because the hammer does so much. Charge level 3 while he runs around. That's true, and I can move with the spin. Yeah, I mean, we blew through the first phase with almost no issues. Can I get out here? Or am I forced into Lab Discoverer every time? I think I have to exit. So if I fight DDD and defeat him, I do get credits for DDD even if I exit, right? I'm not actually sure about this, but since they are listed as separate stages, I assume that is the case. Now, because I wouldn't want to beat DDD, get the achievement, and then lose the achievement from exiting too early, but I believe since there is actually a level change here, that should not be a problem. Yeah, and everything else here rather, we got on the first try, so. Exiting is fine. Yeah, I would have assumed so. Good to have that confirmed anyway, though. But yeah, need to learn the dodging pattern. And we'll just try to be defensive. And not die to too much stuff. I probably will play through the fight anyway, because there's still stuff in the pattern that I need to learn better in Phase 2, and so... Okay. Nope, I got hit already. That's okay, we have to learn the Phase 2 pattern anyway. Let's try to figure this out. Instead of just resetting every time. When we get closer, I'll probably reset into it to do the achievement, but until that time, we'll probably do that. And yeah, we just need to stand back and mostly dodge. And oh wow, that just wrecks him. Oh no. No, I didn't have the hammer. And look at that, that just wrecks him as well. Okay, we can totally do it. Let's exit out though. Do I care about the money? Not really. I suppose it makes up for some of the deaths that we took on the Clara Line achievement at the beginning of this session. But let's skip, and then get back out. Yeah, next time we won't bother to finish DDD if we have taken damage. We'll step back out right away. So yeah, there's something in Phase 1 that I'm having issues with when it comes to reading what he's doing. We'll have to figure out what that is. Either that or we just switch to Space Ranger. Yeah, because I cleared him with Tornado the first time, as I said, and it was maybe not conducive to dodging very much. Okay, that's what I missed missing. Whoop. And you can do the counter shot. And nope, I got countered. Out of the counter. Let's swallow the hammer first and then exit. Yeah, we do need to practice Phase 1, so let's do it again. Well, we have been fairly thorough about grabbing every Waddle Dee as we go along. One thing that I found very impressive about this Kirby game is that the kind of main game experience 2D end credits has felt much chunkier than games in the past. Given that a lot of Kirby campaigns have traditionally been really very quick and just kind of padded out with a lot of side content, minigames, etc. And I think part of it has just been because there's so much replayability that's baked into the main stages. Whoop. Okay. Nope. Let's just dodge this pattern completely, in fact. Let's just play super defensive and not touch him until we get in here and whip him in the face. Yeah, except I took damage already. How did I do that? Or did I just not get the maximum tomato at the beginning? I didn't think I took damage. Whoops. Yeah, that was a mess. Okay, let's be sure about it. Let's start over. I thought I didn't take a hit at the start, but clearly I got chipped by something. But yeah, even when I was spending a good chunk of time on this silly Dillo in the last sitting that we had with that, I came out of it still thinking that I didn't completely understand a pattern. There was a lot to Silly Dillo's final phase that I didn't quite get when he throws the spinning objects at you. I felt like I was still doing that very suboptimally. You get 100% yesterday and you stuck with Volcano over to True Arena. Yeah, it seemed like you liked Volcano quite a bit from the start. Anyway, congratulations on 100%. Oh yeah, the thing I was saying earlier was, like with some previous games I'd streamed, like, oh, we got chipped, didn't we? I think I got chipped. Hang on. Like when we played Paper Mario so long ago. Although I've been streaming all of my time with the game so far, I probably will start doing some off-stream practice for certain things as well. Particularly like the Coliseum or the Hammer Challenge. Like, I won't be showing off 100% of my runs on stream if we have anything that I'd rather practice on first. Anything really critical that I'm trying to complete, I will at least try to roll the tape and get it done where people can see and where I can also record myself. But this game is in some ways too good to just only set aside for when I can broadcast. So as we get towards 100%, and also as we, you know, roll for figurines on a gotcha machine or whatever, we'll be doing some more offline to supplement this. Oh, how do I keep missing the dodge there? We have to fix this. And I say this partly because this, if we get it soon, hopefully, might be the last thing I have time for today. I don't think I'll be able to grind out Hammer one today, given its difficulty and given how far off we are. So we'll see. Lots left to do, including the Coliseum as well. And we'll see how close we get. But I would like to at least get the DDD challenge, since we clearly just need to figure out one or two dodges in this pattern, and the damage output is good enough to take him out from there. Did I take damage already? Yeah, I took a bit of a chip. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, Electro Dude, I feel like I have been overusing the roll dodge. That's what I discovered with the Claraline as well when I started playing her against her properly instead of cheesing her with Time Crash every time, is that I should sometimes just run. And it's faster than, depending on my reaction time. Or use the slide, perhaps, to get out of that. Part of it is that I am trying to stay fairly tight within melee range, but it doesn't need to be that tight. Nope, I got hit. Let's see more of this pattern. I'm not going to attack him for a bit, I just want to learn the defensive pattern. Like, we're not going to attack at all, I just want to see where the incoming damage is. And make sure that I can get him down completely. Yeah, because, okay, so this will be an attack opportunity for a 3rd level charge. And I can usually take him down pretty quickly past that. We shouldn't even get to this stomp. And that's jumpable. And with a double dodge like that, then we can charge and hit. So this is the opening pattern, we need to learn this. And yeah, it's the final shot that I'm having trouble with. And so yeah, we never had to deal with a fire attack. And yeah, Tornado we can dodge the same way Silly Dillo, where we just let him pass us multiple times until he runs out. And then we come in here and whack him. I just want to see the intro pattern again so we can practice it. But we shouldn't get into this later stuff in Phase 1, for sure. You're saying Fecto has a few attacks in particular that we can just fly over? Yeah, so I'm still not doing that correctly. Okay. Let's start over. Yeah, it's literally the first attack that's doing the greatest damage here. Because I can't get into the floats since that's going to be directly in the way. I think I do need to run a bit and then dodge out of that at the very end of that pattern. And we'll see if that works. And we can also play with something other than the hammer, but I don't know. It's nice to get some use out of this item since we managed to obtain it for the end game anyway. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we actually just run out like this. And then run away, or keep a distance. And then we dodge. Yeah, so I actually run back against that. And get out of range completely. Okay, let's get out. Okay. And then second level charge? Nope. Was a little slow, we probably could have gotten him. Nope. Got hit. We have the right idea. And that was actually an easy dodge that I just missed. Yeah, Electro Dude, we'll go through the sound test at some point, but the bridge battle stage in World 4, that jumped out at me musically. At the final boss, of course. But this is certainly a nice variant on the classic DDD theme. I've been very happy with the musical score for this game all over. It's been like that with the last few big Kirby releases, though, like the console scale ones, where they all had a very unique musical texture to offer. You know, like with all the piano selections in Epic Yarn, or... The Star Allies theme has actually been kind of stuck in my head recently, and I haven't even been playing it. I guess that's just where my Kirby brain has been. Okay. Let's dodge. Like with Silly Dillo, we just get out here. Then we get out. Second charge actually gets me into phase 2. Great. Phase 2 undamaged. Now, we let him do the run around as the beast. And then dodge. Nope, got hit. That's okay, we need to learn this. Actually, dodge would have been fine. I just missed. We missed one dodge, literally one dodge, but we have the solution to this. Okay. Let's get in and try to wrap this up. But yeah, we should be able to get this down shortly. So it looks like I do have some kind of leftward stick drift on my Pro controller, which I'll need to look into, because I was thinking that some of the unexpected slowdown we had from the scissor lift earlier in today's session might have had something to do with that, but that's not a good sign, given that, you know, the whole point of the Pro controller in some ways is to have a more reliable stick than the Joy-Cons, which have a forward drift in my case. But I guess I've just been using the Switch so heavily that that's what happens. Okay. Okay, nope. Should have just jumped it. Got a little too fancy there. But that's a very clear opportunity to just take a second swipe at him and end the phase immediately. There is a certain randomization to the order, though. And that his pattern is not strictly linear. I mean, the first phase is always the same. The first attack pattern, rather, is always the same. And then he has a bit of a selection after that that we need to adjust around. Oh, nope. Have to remember not to attack into his face. Just, at least not yet. Okay, tornado phase, right? Tornado pattern. No, I got chipped. Late on to dodge. Let's try it again. Yeah, this is basically how Silly Dillo went yesterday, I believe. Was it just yesterday? Yeah, I guess because I did late World 5, early World 6 in yesterday's sitting. You hear that little blip on the heel, indicating that I had, in fact, taken a little bit. You know what I should have done? I should have gotten a sleep buff into this. If I really wanted to just take him out quickly. I haven't really been using the buffs at all, though. And so just... I'm kind of glad there doesn't seem to be a no-damage objective for the final boss, because the way I was playing it was a little bit messy. Okay. You know what? Phase 1 down. We'll just do it that way. If we charge up the first swipe early enough, we can get a tier 2 swipe immediately after that. Nope, got hit. Yeah, no, I need to hit him earlier. If I'm going to whack him in beast form, I do need to kind of anticipate his movement and intercept him before he comes out of that into the attack. So... Oh, I lost a hammer. Bad idea. Let's go back to town. Unless hammer was available in the selection. That's okay. Let's go back to town first and then ask questions later. Also, were we missing any other blueprints? Let's ask. No, haven't missed any so far. I actually kind of wonder what the remaining Colosseum rewards are going to be like, but we'll stay with our current strategy just to get some actual use out of Masked Hammer before we wrap up this session. Totally forgot about the buff. That's okay. Whatever. We'll beat him fair and square. And this time if I do exit, I'll remember to grab my copy ability first. Let's also pay attention to whether hammer was offered in my selection here. I didn't really even take a look at that. I didn't think so. It was Tornado, Ranger, something else. Yeah, I didn't think we were offered hammers, were we? Yeah, it was Sword and Ice. Ice I still don't really have a hang of, despite all the time we spent on the associated challenges. Oops. You'll definitely have to look back at my initial reaction. Oh yes, you were asking me about the reaction to the earlier phase of Leongar, right? I mean, I was expecting some kind of horror possession phase to happen in this game, so wasn't really a surprise. Whoa, damage was not good at all there. We were way off. Didn't do nearly as well as I expected. Let's just let him do Tornado Form. Whoops, or do that. Okay, that was a miss. Yeah, after the third tornado attack from him, I should go immediately into the charge and do so fairly close. Because then we can get those 2 charged hits in. And get him down in phase 1 right away in 1 attack cycle, like we did last time. Yeah. Storm Tornado is so much fun, though. it's just not very conducive to trying to dodge at the same time. I mean, you can outrun things all the time, but you can't really dodge them well, since you're potentially in the air when attempting to get into the guard move. Oh, that was awful. Okay, that did not go well. Oh, and I forgot to pick up the hammer, so... Well, we can try to do it with a different power, but I don't know, I like this strategy, so... We just need to remember to not just reset without the power. Okay. Let's fix this up. We're so close, too. Famous last words. But yeah, this has been a fun session. For sure. It's just been, in some ways, one boss after another today. Well, I mean, I guess there was that one Beast Pack level that was all group fights. But other than that, it has been kind of a boss day, and we didn't even do the Colosseum, so... Let's see. Okay, run. And then... Yeah, we'll just outrun. Okay. Okay, phase 1 down. Beast form. Now we'll move to intercept. And then we'll dodge. Okay. Nope, got hit. Dodged in the wrong direction, so... And that's literally the whole fight. But yeah, one attack cycle on the first phase. One huge hit on the beast form quickly enough so that we can dodge the beast attack. Then he should have an opening immediately after that. We'll get it. Okay, stand back. Let that chase. No. Awful timing. Well, we'll see. Okay, we'll stand back from that. Let's dodge accurately this time. There we go, much better. Nope. Try to get into the charge too soon. And interrupted my own dodge. Let's fix it. Yeah, I feel like I do have a workable approach to this now. It's just executing it properly. Okay. Okay, phase one down. Get in position. Okay. Dodge. Dodge. Done. Okay, now. Truly, what was so hard about that? Okay, I do need to bail a little bit early today since it was already kind of a bonus day to wrap this up, but we'll do a few things to tidy up here first, though. This is the last playable content I'll do, but we'll talk to Caroline in town. We'll maybe take a look at a sound test briefly. And yeah, we've seen this, so let's hop up to the lab. With all the Waddle Dees powering up this place, and then, like you said, we can exit safely, so let's be acknowledged for acquiring all the Waddle Dees in World 6. And I wonder if that unlocks anything else. So we got 300 Waddle Dees so far. And, I mean, there's clearly more content ahead of me that we... Oh, you saved all the Waddle Dees? Let's head back to town and celebrate with them. Let's do that, actually. And that I did not know, but I guess that's all accounted for. And we get a statue. A Kirby statue. And an Elflin statue. You saved every Waddle Dee. Well, statues of us right in the middle of town. Oh, I think I'm blushing. People at the corner stage, the Deedly Dees, that's a wonderful name. I kind of wonder what else they'll have been localized to in different languages. And naturally you do need to play the band. Oh hey, that's separate from the sound test though. And this gives you a number of tracks plus all the titles. Let's actually try to back up beyond one and see how many Next we're 51, okay. So what does auto do? Oh, I see. Autoplay. Okay, let's, yeah, here's Battle of Blizzard Bridge, which I was talking about earlier. We'll do one of these as the outro today, I'm sure. Love how defeat is the last thing. Like I said, I was quite interested in the sound test the whole time. And we're going to fill this with 1,000. We believe in paying the band around here, so that's exactly what we'll do. I think the D-Ds appreciate that when they're going to put on a show. Track number 52, that's new. We've unlocked something. Now the band can perform on a nicer stage and play new songs. Okay, so you can gradually unlock the sound test. I guess it's only one upgrade, okay. That gives you all the endgame stuff. All of the endgame cutscenes, in fact. Fate of Two Worlds, New World, Coliseum music as well. Which one is the boss theme then? Is that? Yeah, Gemini Reunion, that would be the twins. 2 planets. Yeah, we'll play around with this at some point, but that's a pretty substantial selection, so. Yeah, we'll do a couple of things. There's still an exclamation mark here. Why is there? Oh, just because you can talk to it a bit. Anyway, what else have we not looked at? We got the fish, we got the cooking game. Yeah, 2 planets approach the rush limit. Yeah, that is quite a track. Well, we've got a dimensional fragment here. Mysterious vortex to some other post-game world with Leon Gar. Okay, great. There is a post-game world. We are obviously not doing that today, but let's see what it is. This is exactly how I felt when I was absorbed by my other half, Victo Alphalis. Of course we have to check it out. Isolated Isles, Forgo Dreams. I'm guessing there aren't actually any captive Waddle Dees, right? It's gotta be something else. This, of course, definitely reminds me of some of the cosmic elements of Star Allies as well. Notice how each of these worlds, each of these islands is actually similar to the worlds that we explored. If you look at the design here, they actually do match the Metropolitan world, the tropical world, the theme park world. Let's just take a look here. Do a quick cosmic tour. And yeah, the ice world is just kind of like wrecked shadow versions of everything we've seen so far. World 6 is over here, yeah. And then this is some kind of grand metropolitan finale that we will have to uncover. So we have lots of stuff left to do, by the looks of it. I mean, if there aren't Model Ds necessarily, I wonder what the equivalent will be. But, of course, we can return to town from here as well. Doesn't seem like there's anything I can run over and discover. I mean, we can try to go for a stray asteroid here or there, but yeah, there's no button to look for. Okay, so 0 out of 50. Yeah, so there are some collectibles here that we can go for. Go for in Forgo. But no additional challenges by the looks of it. So it's just a masked hammer challenge that I think we're missing. And we'll ignore Leon Gar for now. Isolated Isles. And yeah, we talked to DDD. This was just a coin, I think. We got that much earlier. We're not doing Coliseum today, but I just want to see the reward page for Ultimate Cup. Ultimate Cup is now available at the Coliseum. That's a curious clear reward. I think that's just a trophy, though. That's just a trophy of the final boss. And that's going to be 12 battles. Yeah, understandable, given that Meta Knight Cup already involves some mini boss rushes within the boss rush. And solo times, of course, are kept separately. So yeah, I guess the rare star rewards are grindable, so that's for the sake of the weapon upgrades. And I'm, like I said, since we're probably interested in getting the upgrades for most of these eventually, I may do some Coliseum runs on my own time just to practice. But we'll do our first run through the Ultimate Cup in the Coliseum on stream for sure. I'm not just going to go into it without having previously shown it off. So we'll figure out some kind of order of events for the next time I come and play. Similarly, there's also the collection of the trophies that, as you were saying, give me the lore. I actually have not even looked at my collection yet, so. Volume 1, 65 out of 79. We're missing a few slots. I guess it doesn't tell you what you're missing, but you can probably fill in with the randomness, unless there's anything that has a hard requirement attached to it. And yeah, Volume 2, we've got all this. And that's Volume 3 already, 5 out of 56, so we don't have much of that. Volume 4, we've got nothing. Upgrading copy abilities does not count towards 100%. No, I didn't think it would. I thought that seems too grindable. That's kind of a moral 100% if anything. We're at 75%. Now that we've got 300 Waddle Dees, and yeah, obviously we'll do the last world and see how much of that it fills in. The main activity I'm missing seems to be a hard mode Coliseum. And if we're missing a few percentage points after that, we'll just mop up as we go. But the intention is to get 100% in this somehow. I actually don't even know about the timed check marks, but I guess the big remaining challenge right now is with the Wild Hammers. Okay, so what we will do then is we're going to pick some outro music. And we'll probably set the stream aside after that. It's kind of too bad that the first part of the stream got a little bit wrecked by audio issues, but thankfully this segment has gone off without a hitch, I think. And yeah, Electrodude, it would be a ridiculous amount given just how many upgrades there are. It's for Coliseum speedrun addicts only, I think. Unless you really do have that method down to get the whole Coliseum down in 40 seconds or whatever. That Oh, we didn't check the boss records. Let's do that. We didn't check any new boss records, rather. Yeah, DDD, Time Crash Plus, obviously. Okay, so end with a sound test, I think. Maybe a bit ominous. Let's pick this another time, and let's pick the one I was saying was probably my favorite here, which is the bridge. Although a lot of the later ones were fantastic as well, and I'll have to go through this more thoroughly. Anyway, we'll jam to this. And yeah, we'll sign off from here. So thank you for joining me. We will probably find some kind of continuation for the post-game, hopefully later in a week, if we can find a time, but the information for that, as usual, will be on the Discord. So for now, we'll send you on to somebody else and just send you off to this music. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the quasi-finale that we managed to reach today. And we'll be off for now. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for so many of these sessions, both Electro Dude and Switch ADHD, whether you were lurking or catching up on VODs or anything else. And there will be more at some point. So thanks for watching. Stick around if you want to be passed on to our next destination. But for now, have a fantastic week. Enjoy your time in this game if you're still continuing to do anything with it, whether it's as Kirby or Bandana D. And as always, fare thee well.